Hi, hello David. Sorry I got late.
Hello. Don't worry.
Hi.
I was late also.
Just back from holidays today, and it's a new time, so I didn't realize the meeting was
Yes,
started.
same on my side. I was surprised by the alarm.
Yeah, not very ready for the meeting either. Does Ben usually join this time? Or
Sorry?
does Ben usually join this time?
Yes,
Do
but
you
he
know?
sent a message. He will not be able to join today.
Ah, okay. 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 I can share the HackND. Just a second. Okay. Uh, okay. Let's see, I was on vacation. I have to sign in to banks. All right. Okay, so do you know if there was anything outstanding or needs to be discussed from last meeting? Or do you have anything for
No, I
today
was
that
not
I can tell you?
present on the last meeting. If I remember the previous one, the discussion was about, as previously, what will be into 0.5. And
Yes.
Ben start to close some of the ticket and want to review other, I guess. Maybe you want.
Okay. So related to that, I set up the milestone 5. So I think right now this is what we have planned for B5. So remove subject type, alignment of ID and context type in schema. Versioning failed in the context part is confusing, maybe related to spec version. And the protocol is not consistent on event and notify execution. So these are the 4 to event. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Is there, I mean, I can bring up the list of issues. I don't know which one has been reviewed already, but okay. So these are the issues at least in the spec repo. So I thought Ben went through the list and kind of made a proposal of what would be in V5 with 0.5. But yeah, we can, if you want, we can look at some of these as well.
Maybe for 0.5, we discussed about another ticket. Oh, I don't see the conclusion. My fault. About naming convention. I don't remember. It's to add the suffix run or to remove it. For example, we have test case run, test suite run, pipeline. No, we have test suite, but pipeline run, job run. It's not job. It's pipeline task run.
Yeah. So I think that one.
I don't remember
Yeah.
what was the conclusion of if there is a conclusion since last time.
I think so since that was created, we did fix the tests, so they have a run now. Was it?
Maybe it's trigger clarification on trigger test case. No. No.
It's maybe one of them in the milestone. Yeah, I think it's this one. It's in the milestone. It's one of. This is the one I know about. At least it's part of the milestone.
Okay. Yes, this one.
Yeah. Right.
So yes, it is.
Test case and test suite, they have been changed to test case run and test suite run. Yeah, I'm a bit less sure about build. I think build implies kind of the run in the name. I'm not sure we wanted to have like build run.
Okay.
Yes, but also I'm a bit unclear on, yeah. Yeah, I guess build itself. Maybe we would need to. I mean, right now, build is an event is associated to something that can produce an artifact. So I think that's what qualifies the build. But yeah.
So in fact, it is already, this ticket is already resolved.
Yeah, I think the only outstanding bit is would be the builds, because if we switch to 041, then yeah, okay, the structure change. With testing events, there are test case run and test suite run now.
Okay.
So that has been addressed. And I think then we have in the CI one, yeah, we still have build here. So a build is a process that uses a recipe to produce an artifact from source code. Yeah, that's but we have queued, started, and finished.
Yes.
Which is a bit.
Yeah,
I mean, I see the inconsistency here. I mean, one could argue that the build itself is something that it's what produces the artifact. So you could see it like as something that is just executed, not started, finished, or something. And then what the process underneath could be like the task that runs the build, and then the task run is the start and finish. So the build would be the only thing that produces the artifact. But then it would be redundant because also we could simply create an artifact event.
Build.
Yeah, something like that could be like artifact build and so forth. So it's a bit of an odd one, build. I think that's still the case.
Yes, maybe build is a little bit redundant with pipeline run or task run.
Yeah. I mean, what qualifies it against the other ones is that it specifically produces an artifact. But yeah.
Today when I on the conversion or automatic conversion, I don't have build. I have artifact, subject artifact, but I have pipeline on task because I try to do a 101 translation from GitHub event or a CI event, a CI system. And build is not a it's a concept that didn't exist yet.
Yeah, exactly. So what is the use case where you would send build events? I guess you could send build events instead of task events, or you would send task event and
No,
then build
because
event.
it will need to identify some task to generate an artifact, and it's something that at the job or task level we don't know. Today, I guess Tecton is the same. We don't know if the pipeline will produce an artifact or not. We have no way. So maybe the build should be deprecated in favor of pipeline or task. I don't know.
Yeah. So if you're going to send if we are going to run a pipeline where there are some tasks that will generate artifacts, we'll simply have the pipeline and task events, and then we can have artifact events if an artifact is packaged or published or anything. Right?
Yes.
So that would be the
yes. Today to create artifact events, I didn't generate the event from the pipeline itself. I generate the event from an artifact registry. In my case, I mean it could be GitHub registry, it could be Map Artifactory, it could be. So it's where I say, oh, there is a package one. Maybe they have signed. Yes, and I mostly use sign and published, in fact.
Yeah.
Because the distinction between package and published is not it's not available on a lot of them.
Yeah, I think in my mind, packaged is more on the build side. So like it's an event that is triggered as part of the pipeline, so it comes from the CI side. And published can come from the artifact registry because that's where you save it, the artifact. So it's okay, well, this was published.
Okay.
But yeah. But then, so I guess we could then, as a follow-up to this, we could propose to deprecate the build.
Yes.
In favor of simply using task and artifact events. Do you think there is some missing predicate that we would need to add somewhere, or?
No, because with task we have queued, start and finished, so it makes sense to deprecate.
And do you think it would make sense to extend the let me check the core, is it?
And also, as we said, it will also ease the migration. I say if from 4.1, a build will be translated into a task, a task run, by examples, on 0.5. We have the same predicates.
If it would.
Maybe we don't have the same field because with build, maybe we have the package.
Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, I was wondering if you could maybe need then to extend the task and the pipeline run to include an optional artifact or list of artifacts produced. That could be many things.
About this extension of stuff, I start thinking about maybe using custom data or the link section to provide more information when we have it. By example, when from GitHub, when I receive an event from GitHub, I know which repository is from which repository, what is maybe the user, the pipeline, etc. And today in pipeline, we don't have the repository, we don't have this information that could be used to link maybe to commits or something like that. And the same for when we publish an artifact, when we release an artifact into GitHub. So to be able to keep part of this information, I'm starting to modify the current translator to keep the ID of the repository, but as part, as I mentioned, of custom
Custom data.
section.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if custom or links is what is the most useful, because I use then this. I will use then after I will use this information to create correlation between all of them. But
Yeah, I guess this is, yeah.
We shouldn't try to not have too much optional or filled into the core part of the subject.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because we will start to have a lot of cases where we want to add complementary information. And for me, custom data is maybe the good place. I don't.
Yeah,
At least in the sample that DC share, it's where it puts some additional information.
Yeah, exactly. So the only thing with I agree with having less optional data. It's probably good. The only problem with the custom data is if you don't have like a schema for that,
yes,
it can be anything, and so it's basically only useful to those that create the data within that organization. But we can have maybe a registry of like schemas for that custom section or specialized events like that Easy was proposing.
Yes, but yes, it's one of the proposal of the DC. The other one. Well, currently it's just an experiment on my side to see how I can create links between events. So before it to create some kind of spec, etc., I would like to explore and see how it could be useful. But yes.
Okay. Would you like to maybe then try and summarize a proposal here? We could do it in this issue or somewhere else and link it here if you want. Maybe you can create a discussion and put it in there and
about
link it here.
Linking.
I guess
about what? About removing
deprecating build.
I will comment on the existing ticket, and I
Yeah.
will create another one to just to deprecate, especially for. And I will create a PR maybe to deprecate build in this case.
Okay, sounds good. Continuous delivery. Yeah. I guess the continuous integration events could be artifact events then. Yeah, okay. The bucket names are not the most important thing, I guess. It's okay. Sounds good to me.
Maybe before doing the PR, I will comment, ask for approbation on the current ticket, and review yes, the impact of the deprecation.
Let me. That's not what I want. Okay. Right. Good. So that's one the milestone. Then yeah, so we have other 3 issues in the milestone that needs to be addressed. I guess one is remove subject type that you created.
Yes.
Yeah. So this needs to be implemented, basically. And then the last one, no, well, not the last one. Then we have alignment of ID and context schema. Also, this needs to be implemented. There's some inconsistency, and yeah, so there is some script that generates where schemas are published to and blah blah. So there's a little bit of fiddling to be done there. It's currently assigned to Ben. I guess.
The idea is to have some kind of being able to have some kind of bijection between the schema URL ID and the type.
Right.
So it means that as we want to have a bijection, for example, it's why I share this specific example. Pipeline run should not be right in one place with a dash and no dash in the other place, because it means that from the type we are not able to see.
Yeah.
And with this discussion, we also say, but how in this case handle the version number? Because it's in one we have the spec number, spec version, and the other one we have the event version. So it's also maybe why something that Ben would like to look at.
Okay. Yeah, and then the version and for this the proposal was to simply rename version to spec version. So this should be pretty straightforward. It's assigned to me, so I can try to work on that. So the only one who doesn't have an assignee is the subject type one. Yeah, is that something you think you could work
I can
on?
do the peer if we agree. I can do the peer. Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, these 3 they're in the milestone. I think we agreed that we want to do them. So it's just no, we actually need to implement that. So if you can do the PR, then I'll assign it to yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great. Oh no, not for me. That's not the word to do. Oh gosh. Okay, I managed the hard task to assign a ticket. Super. Okay, so I guess we have an assignee then for everything we have here in the milestone. So this one you will comment. So I'll assign it to you then as well if you don't mind.
Okay.
So we have this name. So you got 2 for you and 1 for myself and 1 for Ben. And once we implement this, we should be able then to cut B5 is that the plan, or are there more things you would like to look at?
There
Potential
is one
candidate
more,
that
but
you
I would like to release the 0.5 as we agree that we will have breaking change maybe in the 6, in the 0.6, etc. So maybe release more often will be a good with clear migration.
Yeah, I think it would be a good signal also for project users to see a new release, even if it's well, there is some stuff we've done in the meanwhile as well, so it's not a big release, but yeah, it's a lot of cleanup, and so
there are some breaking change.
yeah.
I didn't start yet the migration script on my side, but I will check it.
Okay, dokie. Sounds good.
Yes.
Okay. Some issues assigned. Anything else you wanted to chat about today?
No,
Yep. Okay. And yeah, good to see you, David. And until next time.
see you. Bye.
Bye.